What's up, guys? Tim Little. Welcome back to Tactical Bass. In today's video, we got an evening out on the water. It is a beautiful day, first warm day of the winter. So got a couple hours of daylight left. So we're gonna go see if we can catch a bass. Come along, should be a good one. All right, guys, like I said in the intro, got a couple hours before sun goes down, but it's warm. It's the first day of the year where I feel like I don't have to have a sweater. So I brought one, I brought some bibs and everything, but gonna go fish for a couple hours and see if we can catch a bass. You know, we had a really bad storm. Not bad, but a lot of rain yesterday. We had some snow come in, and then that rain came in, and today's high is almost like 70 degrees, so it's beautiful out. So that gets that bass fishing juices going, and hopefully catch a few before the sun sets. You know, the downside is we have that rain that kind of muddied up all of the water. So I'm gonna go run around and see how the water clarity looks, and then probably slow down, throw some A-rigs, some lipless, some blade baits, maybe do some jerk baiting, but should be good. Let's go. There's a nice one. Look at that dude. Blade bait right in the top of the lip. Thanks, dude. Ooh. Got another one on the blade bait. Not nearly as big as the last one. That's 2 fish and almost as many casts. You know, we got cold, dirty water conditions, and this throwing the blade baits in these conditions can be some of the best bait choices possible. They just seem to work in that cold, cold water. Everything's eating this little blade bait. No, 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 don't do that. wrong species again, but we're around fish. Just throwing this little Damiki vault, working it slowly, just hopping it up and down, just yo-yoing it off the bottom. And that first fish was a good one. It's like a 4.5 pounder. And got that little largemouth and a couple little yellows, but see if we can put together some more largemouth. Oh, lost that one. On the blade bait, little blade bait. Got it. That is the whitest largemouth I've caught in a long time. Hey, 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 hey. Dude, calm down. Not as big as the that good one, but that's 3. They're eating this little guy. So what I got here, that is the Damiki Vault. That is the little small one. I'll link it down below in the video description. Just trying to mimic a small bait fish, a small shad. And so like I said earlier, we had a lot of rain last night, so all these creeks blow out and they're blowing chocolate milk. So normally this creek is fairly clear, but we have stained water, probably, I don't know, a foot or so of visibility. So I'm just hopping this little blade bait off the bottom and basically mimicking a dying bait fish. You know, when you get these cold water temps, those bait fish don't really, they have a hard time surviving. So a lot of times they'll start flickering and you know, struggling to survive. So this blade bait is awesome. And that first fish, that was a big one. Like I said, that was awesome. That makes the evening session worth it. But caught a handful of fish. Hopefully we'll get another good largemouth. But again, that little Damiki Vault, the Mega Bass, the Dyna Response, there's some awesome blade baits on the market. As we get into spring, we'll start talking about lipless. I'll shoot a blade bait and a lipless video here shortly for you guys. But this is one of my favorite ways to catch them. I'm throwing this little blade bait on basically one of my BFS setups. This is this X-Pride 7.2 medium light paired up with the Corrado BFS. I have 8-pound braid, maybe 10 pound. I think it's 8-pound. 8-pound braid to a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. And this little combination is sweet because I can bomb these little blade baits basically like 50 yards or so. And then when you hook those fish, it just plays it with that medium light power. It's just a really cool combo and makes it a lot of fun. Again, BFS, you got the clicker drag. So even on those a little bit smaller largemouth, you know, they're peeling drag and stuff, and it's so much fun. This thing's still got green leaves. Must have blown in from that storm. So guys, it's really important when you get that first warm day, and the water temps are still really cold, right? You might feel warm You're like, ah, the sun's out, you feel good, but remember to slow down. You know, these water temps are still cold, the fish are still slow, so make sure that you're slowing down when you're fishing your baits. When you're working this blade bait, it's just you're just basically using your wrist, moving your wrist like 6 inches or so, and you want to feel that bait flutter 5 or 6 times, let it fall back down. A lot of times when you go to flutter it up, it'll just be heavy. They ate it on the fall. You gotta be really careful. That's why I'm using that BFS setup. These baits have really light hooks. Even when you switch them out, they're really small, really light wire hooks. So don't want to horse those fish. That big one I caught had one hook right in the top lip of the mouth, and realized I didn't have a net, and that's usually when you lose them, right there at the boat. All right, guys, we're catching a little bit of everything. Everything eats that little blade bait. Look how white that bluegill is, or sunfish. Some kind of. No. These are the guys that'll get you. But again, be careful with these really light wire hooks. You know, baby those fish in, let them peel that drag, because they have really small hooks. But as you can see, what do we got? 3 different species. Everything eats the blade bait, the small blade bait, especially in the wintertime when it's cold. That was another one of those little largemouth. He had it hooked outside the face. Must have just slapped at it and got the hook right outside the gill plate. But it's bass number 4. Another nice largemouth. These are the times I wish I had a net. Come on. Smoke that 110 junior +1. Nice one. Thanks, dude. Thanks, bud. Wanted to switch it up. Been throwing that blade bait circled back through here where I got that good one the first time, and picked up the jerkbait. Rip, 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 pause. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, rip, rip. I kind of got hung up, popped it free, dunk. Drag was too loose. Of all the things I've caught on a lure, that's my first Red Bull. Oh, guess there's worse things you can catch, right? Guys, down in the comments section, I'm curious, what's the weirdest thing that you've hooked while fishing and thought it was a fish, and got it to the boat and realized it wasn't? One of the funniest things I've ever hooked, or was it Matt? I'm trying to remember. It was a long time ago when the A-rig first came out, the umbrella rig. We were on Clear Lake, and one of us, I can't remember who it was, but hooked an actual umbrella on an umbrella rig, and I can't remember if we thought it was a bass, but I've hooked all sorts of things, bathing suits, clothing, shells, rocks, wood. Sometimes they just pull different, right? You know, a lot of those bites you get, especially when you're slow fishing, it's just kind of that. I always describe it as like the wet rag bite. Well, what feels more like a wet rag than an actual wet rag or a wet piece of clothing that you load up on? But anyways, Red Bull can, cleaning up the lake. All right, guys, I want to try one more spot before we wrap it up. It's been a good couple, I don't know, what is it, 5:40, almost 6 o'clock, so it's been almost 2 hours, but definitely worth it. Anytime you can get out on the water and enjoy some sun, thaw out a little bit, catch some fish, it's a win. But I'm gonna try one more thing before we wrap it up. We got a lot of current coming here, so I'm gonna run to the back and see if I can, sometimes those fish will pull right up to that current coming in and sit in that. And luckily for me, it's close to where I launched, so let's go check that out. All right, guys, gonna wrap it up there. Losing daylight quickly. You never know how these GoPros show. Sometimes they show really dark, sometimes they show really bright, but it is what, a little after 6. Gonna get dark here soon, but all in all, a great evening. You know, I wish I would have had a couple more hours to get out. Truth be told, I needed to get out to play around with some settings. I got a new transducer up front and got that dialed in, and it really worked. I'm sure you guys saw me kind of checking it a lot this evening. A lot of those fish I caught, I was just scanning around with that target lock, and I'd see either the bait fish or I'd see the marks on bottom, and I'd throw that blade out there and catch them. But what do we end up with? Four bass. I had the 5th one on, came off right here. Actually lost quite a bit. That's the downside of using that little bait with those little hooks. Where are we at? these little hooks. Man, I lost track of how many fish that I loaded up on and they came off or pulled off. But those little hooks can get you. But sometimes you have to use something that small to get bit. It's definitely what those fish are eating. Got one really nice fish. So all in all, worth it. But again, slow down. Even though I had to put the hoodie back on, even though it's warm, you feel like, oh yeah, it's time to start fishing fast. Slow down, still fish slow. I was throwing that jerk bait. I tried throwing the little micro rig. What else? I switched out jerk baits because that 110+1 Junior was just getting down a little too deep. So I put on just the normal 110. But I caught that nice one on that Junior +1. But again, all in all, a great evening. I wanted to check this creek where this water's coming in. It's 2 degrees warmer than out where we were catching them, but running out of depth, it's really shallow. It's only like 3 feet up here, and there's a lot of muck and stuff churning up. I don't know if it's stuff from the bottom or whatever, but a lot of times if you're a reservoir fisherman and you get these warm storms where you know that rain is coming in and it's going to be warmer than the current lake temperature, a lot of times those fish are going to pull right up into that moving current, that warmer water, and they're looking to feed up. So don't be afraid to check the backs of these creeks when you get those warm storms, especially when it's winter time or when the water, that rain comes in and it's warmer than that lake water. But I'll link the stuff down below in the video description, just like every video. But thanks for coming along with me, guys, for a couple hours out on the water. It's always great when you can get out and catch a couple really nice bass. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate the support. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys on the next video.